Hello, my beautiful spirits. I want to thank everybody who's joining me for this video. I know it's a little dark, but all of the spirits you can see electromagnetically. So, thank you for sharing this space with me. I'm going to integrate this candle into our work. I see this card. I consume only my fair share. So I know I'm using up a lot of energy here, but it's good. This is going to be just a spirit session, a little shared space for our own journey, for this portion of the journey. Check this out. This is so cool. So pretty. So pretty. Right, bring you a little closer. Yes. Okay, hello. As I said, I know this is dark, but it is on par for this reading. So I'm trying to change things up a little bit. I don't want to just read for people in the way that I've always known to read for people, or the way that I've always thought I should be reading for people. As I say that, I feel the light being absorbed more like brightly through my body in this room that I'm in. And I want to say thank you, because I know that this is not necessarily of my own doing or my own making, but this is the making of a universe eternally in creation. Whatever that is, we're here with it now. All the parts and pieces and all the people and everything that makes up the space in between is here with us. Now, I don't know if this popped out in the intro, but this is the card that was catching my attention when I was lighting the fire. It says, I consume only my fair share. And this little flame has a little extra care needed for this wick. It's a little bit more patient with its own flame. Demands a little bit more extra attention if you want it to function in the way that you believe it was made to function. This is a progression here between accepting and receiving love, embodying to becoming an embodiment of that love. And it feels like love from sources that you will never have felt them come through before. But that love is of a trustworthy source, and this card is at the bottom of the deck. And so this message, our words, are in alignment with this feeling that lives behind this word of trust. Again, for a lot of us, these feelings, because it's not a feeling, but it is feeling. Forms of this feeling will show themselves through channels that you never have experienced them before, never have seen or imagined them before. But they're coming to you. They're entering you, they're entering your body, and to live through you. And there's so many different channels through which you and that love can exist through and can exchange your information through a larger body of information, one that I would call nature. Because you see that nature and that nature of love, that nature's love, that holds you and that holds all of this other you. But there are processes that happen, dynamics. These dynamics will force us to change. Part of being able to see something from a new perspective is surrendering the habit or surrendering the familiarity of whatever it is that you must leave behind in order to embrace a new perspective. Not even embrace it, but to allow this new perspective to exchange itself with you. And we know that's difficult. But that's a part of learning. That's a part of growth. But damn, is it difficult for some. Maybe some would say not so much. And so this feels like perspectives changing. Intellectual substance changing. Intellectual and electrical. I think the word I'm really looking for is electrical. Movement. And the air just got really still. And now we have this beautiful wind picking up again. And they're just like that. It's like just like that is something that you embodied, that you lived through, that your existence was permeating through, and it dissolves. It abandons you. It disappears. A new perspective forced to take its place. And the journey continues. And perhaps that current is happening with such a continuous flow that consciousness can be perceived. Can be inspired to be, I want to use the word inexperienced instead of experienced. A snake consuming its own tail. Inspirations from one body to another. All right, so we have the Knight of Swords. You're ripping through this air, ripping through this air. So fast that all these garments, all these clothes that you wore have to slide off of you. This is the damage of attempting to look in the past. This is the damage of choosing to hark. Oh, my tripod is kind of in the shadow. It's funny that this may be the first showing of cards that my camera has actually focused on. This is somebody holding their breath. When you hold your breath, instead of letting go and moving forward. So I am choosing to follow this energy by moving forward, by moving through it, by choosing not to continue to direct my gaze towards the past. And it's funny because we have this horse here looking towards the back, if you can see that. Its eyes are looking behind it, but this knight who has its reins, even though the horse is leading this knight is channeling the direction, is commanding the direction, is empowered and embodied as a symbolism of pushing that direction forward. And if you want to continue with this energy, if this energy feels good to you, then continue with this reading. If you're not feeling like you want to move through this portal, which we are about to continue doing with our intention, then thank you for joining me up to this point, and perhaps we can meet again in this stream. So the next thing I'm going to do is apparently shuffle the cards. So I just saw justice there at the bottom, and there's an unwillingness for these cards to press together right now. But I saw justice. I see the High Priestess here. Okay. Actually, we're not going to really discuss cards right now because my intuition is telling me to keep talking. So, to actually keep talking, I want to say, if I feel there's a feeling out there maybe about the last thing that I said, and maybe this is a new concept for a lot of you, because it's definitely a new concept for me. So I think I'm going to spend a little bit of energy talking about this. I feel like readings and the way that I want to read is by participating in this moment with you. And the wind is really beautifully agreeing with me here, and the rain is picking up again, because we are beautiful, beautiful channels of energy, and I want my readings to be a moment of full-bodied interaction, a full experiential interaction, yeah. You know, I don't want this to be something that I abstract purely for the eyes to feast upon, or wow, and I just noticed that the screen is blurred, so this is awesome. Because my readings aren't, I'm just trying to do this a little bit differently. So that's all I'm really trying to say. And if you resonate with this and you feel like you can be here with me in this space, God, I can't tell you how empowering that is to us. And I'm so grateful to be able to share this space with you. So thank you. Thank you for being. Thank you for sharing yourself with me. Thank you for being a part of our world, our reality, our destiny, our beauty. Wherever you choose to settle into your body, wherever you choose to settle with your spirit, your being. Thank you for being here. Feels like the pace is changing a little bit right now. And I want to stay present. Okay. Thank you for being in that space with me. I would like to channel some cosmic, universal wisdom, some universal energy, some beautiful, we have 4 here that fall, to speak through the wisdom of nature. Past. The past is coming up here hard and heavy. Perhaps this conversation will continue about this past that we're all familiar with, that we all have. Again, the air gets really heavy here. Everything kind of just like a really heavy blanket settling. I'm thinking of here with Scorpio, with the 4th house, depression, wanting to lock yourself away. This is swimming down and down and down and down and down, deeper and deeper into the ocean until that pressure completely succumbs you. I'm experiencing an expansion as well as a contraction, so it's duality. The wind is picking up with our contraction. This right now to me is signaling change. When is it not? What does not signal change? Let's be honest. So, why don't we get a little bit specific? These hands that we have. These hands that we have will touch and experience everything throughout your entire existence. Everything. One way, shape, or form. The memory that you record throughout your body, in your hands, it's mapped. Your body remembers. Your body is the dynamic of the conversation that you have with nature about and becoming of individuality and unity. Just as the barrier is broken, sound escapes and matter has come to be, breaking it all up, becoming separate, independent of an organized unity. Balance. disturbance. You're working with the will of other entities, other energies that you cannot control, but you must work in harmony with. In tandem with. I'm seeing this I consume only my fair share to have a lot to do with Saturn, with knowing how much of yours is to control, what of yours is to control. And even then, you will still have to meet boundaries. Oh, look at that. Saturn just peeking its head out. Hey. Hi. Do you want to talk, deck? Would you like to talk? Gemini. Okay. All right. I'm listening, and I know you can be trusted, and I'm listening to what direction you want to go. Thank you for sharing this energy with me. Right here, right? Whoa. For some reason, we're going to shuffle this backwards. Huh. That's interesting. This is exciting, you guys. Like, sharing space with energy like this, perforating through all depths of space right now. Cancer. Okay. So, this might be the 1st or the 7th house. Jeez. Okay. So, okay. Well, oh, this is the 9th house. Okay. Pardon me. All right. So, I just heard long-awaited. Saturn, Cancer, long-awaited. Or never received. So before we started this reading, actually, on the dice, I had the 7th house, Saturn, and Cancer. So Saturn and Cancer coming up again, this duality, this being in the past. We have the moon, we have the 4th house. Cancer is loud right now. Energies of the past are very loud right now, but with Saturn coming in here, it is making me think that these are energies of like built pasts, like karmic pasts, ancestral karma. This is the karma of action. This is the karma of this reaction to. So where a lot of your emotions are going to become really relevant for how that channel of expression and experience occurs, that channel being your body, and your body being equipped with these different filters that are charged by different like energy cells of you, basically, we could say. And with every moving experience, which is all we have, that is impressed upon, altered upon, and then affects the way that you respond to the stimulus that you are taking in, essentially, is how I will describe this. this energy again just keeps coming. It's this constant push and pull and push and pull. Okay, so if you aren't familiar with this, I want to talk about a little concept. But if you, like most and many people do in some way intellectually, think that nature and the world is a static sequence of blocks or hard events, or things are what's the word? Well, I just heard things should be discarded, but things are dissected or separated in these hard blocks, and there is this type of rigidity or structure and still static order to the world, to nature, to being, to reality, then just fucking throw that out of your mind for a moment here, for the only moment, and realize that that is all there is. Not staticity, but the moment. And in all things being dual and equal, the only staticity, which is a word that I like to use to describe static nature or static being. Static meaning still, hard, frozen. The only staticity is the constant, I want to use the word constants, the constants of movement, of dynamic, of fluidity, of flow. And then we realize that staticity, I think the real right word would be staticticity. Just like that. Just like the mind coming in to say, this is what is. It's an abstraction. It exists in the stillness of its idea. And then just like that, the idea continues to move on. And your perception along where those ideas were just passing your attention and the idea were just caught in a relative form of stability with one another, and then they move on. And you know what this is sounding a lot like? And here comes that rain again. Memory. Time. The past. The past. There's a need here to take this love that you're experiencing for yourself in the present and see that spread throughout all these frames. Take a cord and pass that cord through the entire sum of your being that your mind puts and locks away as the past. Experience that love as an ocean. And now experience that entire ocean coming over you and coming over your body. And you dissipating within that ocean. And accepting your being, accepting that you are. I know you think that you're maybe you're thinking that well, I should say, because this is what I thought Let's just start there. Let's start where? Where do you start? Where is the starting line? When you are forever moving. And you know, perhaps for some of you, you can't deal with this. You can't deal with this constant flow, this constant movement. Your minds are used to strategy. There's A and there is B. I need A and B to exist because. So, I won't continue droning on about it, but it is literally up to you to choose how you want to, it is literally up to you to choose how you want to relate and react to the world, alright? It is not up to anybody else but you, so remember that. And cool. Yeah. I just read Genius to Experiment with Your Beliefs. The discoveries of the costs of Genius to experiment with your beliefs. Genius to experiment with your beliefs. I want to say I love how much water came out here also. So much beautiful water. So I'm going to jump into the next little wave. Remember, there's no distinction, but I think I'm just saying that for anybody who's like, okay, that's enough of the video for me. Thank you. I'm going to click off. Thank you for being here. The energy's going to change. So I want to change it. I want to experience the change of energy here. So that was exciting. That was exciting. I'm going to leave these cards out. All right, guys. I want to say this is literally, this is just such an amazing gift to be able to share this with you, okay? And like to just be able to experience this energy. I am just beyond grateful. I am grateful for you listening to my words and having ears to which I can speak to. And for me, having a mouth, for this body having a mouth through which I can speak to. Lovely. The Seven of Swords, you know? Let's actually pick up this little deck here. The Magician. Alright. I'm actually feeling this card. The houses are gonna stay. Whoa. Oh. The houses are gonna stay. Your destiny, your feelings, and spiritual values. We need to get a little bit like, alright, class. We need to get a little bit more serious about these topics here. Not so much just serious because there's no like attitude that we have to embody here, but it's just we're gonna talk about these for a little bit. Grab your neighbor's hand. Get comfortable. So I should start like laying some cards here. Your hungry words. Alright, just turning ourselves off and turning ourselves back on again. Alright, guys. This is so exciting. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. All right, we are talking about, damn. Oh my God, there are literally so many things that could be talked about. Okay. This is interesting. Perhaps I'm not so much supposed to share words about this right now. I'm feeling a type of block. So I think I would like to make another incantation here. Not so much incantation, but speak a word. So I guess incantation. That the energy that we're going to be moving through here is going to develop into a much more spiritually minded word, because that's what's really wanting to be brought up here. If we move along, staying on the surface, the energy will be too discordant. So just with this moon, Scorpio, 4th house, we're going to be diving under and getting really deep into some topics. And I never want you to, for myself, I'm speaking with the awareness that knowledge is temporary and it follows the guidance of wisdom. So knowledge is spoken, wisdom is felt. Feel that out for yourselves. So I'm also going to allow this space now. I'm declaring that anybody who is still here in this energy, who's experiencing this energy with me, who's experiencing my energy, who's found this channel, who has come forth by hearing this beacon and by being attracted to my word and how my word tickles and colors your perception, and how we may share in perceptions being, its own story. But I'm setting the boundaries around this space to be to be permeous and open, but only with the most loving, beautiful, empowering, and nurturing spirits and energies of nature. And that this be a space where we honor the truth of the magic of this universe and honor the truth of the unknown, beauty of it. I'm using many words to describe. Interesting. The air, the air, the air, the air, the air. Did you hear that? That comforting? There. I heard you. This energy coming through is taking us on a journey. Taking us on a journey, and has been taking us on a journey. It's kind of had its arm right there next to yours. There's been something next to you. I don't mean to scare you. I really don't. This energy is just very intense. And it lives on the other side of your comfortable world, maybe, or your seen or perceived world. But I don't want you to be scared. There's a journey across the river here. There's energy that doesn't want you to go. Remember, we're talking about that past. But you're leaving something then. Take a moment to honor that body. Thank you. Feel the warmth. Drift a little bit. Drift away. Find your heart where you stand. And feel the space that creates from your heart's radiance expand. Okay, so where you are right now is a place of like steady growth, for sure. Steady growth. Steady growth. But you are at the foot of the mountain because you choose to be. You are at the foot of the mountain because you choose to be. But the thing is, you're growing with the mountain. But you are different than the mountain. You are relative to the mountain. But you're choosing to grow and walk across this mountain and climb this mountain. Perhaps to test yourself. Perhaps because you want your crown to be closer to the sun. Perhaps because you want to sing to the heavens. Sing to the clouds. You want to grow. You're made to grow. You're made in growth. Here I'm thinking about cancer, but as a cancer cell. It's funny, that odd duality. Fertility is great, but maybe not when it's cancerous. When it's for cancerous cells. You have such a hard body on protecting the things that you want to cultivate, and protecting your home, your business, brick and mortar and personally, or e-commerce, or whatever the hell. There is so much strength here, though. My God, there is so much strength. The wheel wants to spin into this new realm. We go 10, 10, 9. this is interesting. That push and pull. Remember? That push and pull that we were talking about. Now we're going into a 9. A 9 is such a beautiful number. It's taking that swirl of the sky. This is where you've climbed the mountain. Climb the mountain and bring all of that energy downwards. Into something. You're feeding something. The star here. 10 to 17. 9 to 17. We have the chariot. The chariot is over here. Give me the first taste. Let it begin. I'm out of key. Give me the first taste. Hey. All right. But excuse me. Okay. I feel like we're always talking about expansion. I'm going to give a specific example here. Something that just came to mind for some reason. We're talking about a lot of change. We're talking about a lot of transformation in relation to our career, right? Yes. If we want to get a little specific, which I don't always deal in specifics because I'm a very, I do actually deal a lot in specifics, but, let me just continue with that. I'm a very big picture person, but I also love details. But when it comes to situational things like human stuff in human world, this human like to assume other human experience because I know that the depth with which I have become so comfortable exploring and feeling myself in is the same depth to which I trust and want to respect that other people have. And so for me to assume and to promote this surface, what I guess I have to call surface level relative to where I've just assumed my position to be, this surface level talking and conversation just doesn't feel like a good use of my time, a good use of our time. And so instead I like to use this energetic talk and let what comes through and wants to come through from my subconscious, from nature's activity, be what I speak. Otherwise, it just is siphoned off into this other branch of some other thing that just isn't for me. So thank you. Anyway, the star, baby. Let's talk about it. The star, baby. Look at this star, baby. Look at this king, baby. Yeah. I see a very bright crown. Somebody who wants to be noticed for their spectacularity. Somebody who wants to be noticed for the way that they think about things and how genius of a fucking person they are, and how amazing their thoughts are, and how beautiful and bright the things that they can imagine are. And I know this because that's just what it is, and I've experienced it. And that's just what it is. The star here wants your crown to touch the sky. It wants you to lift yourself as far as possible from the ground from which you came, but understand that that is so beautifully necessary in this orbit right now. For some reason, that's important. Anyway, continuing. This light that you emit, okay, it's first of all a beacon for a lot of people. It's a lighthouse for a lot of people. It inspires a lot of people. Not that you will ever know, because you are the fucking lighthouse itself. You don't know you're a lighthouse, okay? Which is why the important thing is to keep just fucking being yourself. A lighthouse trying to look at itself is going to slow its motion and just confuse the fuck out of the harmony that surrounded it when it was empowered in its form. And I'm thinking actually of this candle that I have, that I have to kind of help the wick burn at the strength that I want it to burn, by kind of rolling some of the wax around, which is interesting. I'm not sure what more I want to say about that, but you light be. Be you. Be light. Light being your radiance. Be you, be active, be alive, be energy. The darkness that you will find can be found in the mind, pretty much. And behind the eyes, so on the insides, in the body. But it is essentially imagination, at least as I want to put the feelings together. You don't see inside of your body unless you close your eyes. That is the only time that you see inside of your body. And what does that look like to you? That sense, that perception is of the same quality and state physically as imagination, we will say. I will say. And in there, anything can really exist, but it's going to be much easier for darkness to kind of lend its weight to your imagination and perhaps cause it to be a little bit turbulent. But anyway, we're not talking about that right now. So I kind of want to clarify some message here. I'm looking at the Page of Pentacles. I'm looking at him writing. So I am going to write. I see wings coming out of your back. This circle motion. Thank you for being here with me. I wrote down, I can help. Is what I heard in my head. I can help. I can help. Be a little bit more gentle with yourself about what you do. All your caregiving techniques don't have to be seen as like negative or taking away from you. If you enjoy caring, if you enjoy giving, let that feel good. Don't make yourself feel bad about the way that you want to like offer your help or offer your service, okay? So with this change also, I see a lot of us needing to like nurture this part of you that is going to die. And here I feel us come back and pin the needle right in the center. That death. It's almost like there's an energy that wants to distract us. Take us in circles a little bit. Which is funny. Because death is that circle, right? But I think for you, my dear, mourn. Accept, love, and nurture. You don't have to know where the boundaries are, right? You just have to be there in harmony. You have to love that. Accept it. Accept the space that you're in. Accept the emotions that you have. Accept the feelings that you have, because that is what you are. Accept what you are. Not how you define yourself, what you define yourself as. Accept what you are. Purely. Purely you are. This Scorpio moon. Oh, it's kind of a weird place for that. This Scorpio moon. Actually, let's bring some water out here. This water bottle says goddess. Let's bring some water. Well, Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Christine and the Queens. Listen to it. Alright, guys. Thank you so much for being here with me. I love that water bottle just wanted to come and be seen. And I had this also jug of water here. So thank you, water, for coming and wanting to be seen. And I just really love, I think we have done such an amazing job. Thank you so much for being here with me, and trust yourself. Trust yourself for bringing you here. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. I love you so much. 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 Bless yourselves with your permission and taking your permission. I would like to close this reading with the utmost honor and respect for all that is out there and all that is. Thank you. Thank you to my beautiful guides, my angels, my loves, my spirits, my beings, my gods, my universes, my hearts, my souls, my all. I love you. I will whisper it into your ear forever and ever and ever. I love you. I love you. Thank you. Mulsien. Ayb. guys did it so wonderfully. Oh my gosh, you deserve a treat. That was so good. That was so beautiful. That was so beautiful. That was so beautiful. My... Oh. It's like cherries. These are like diamonds. You guys, I don't know which was which. Whoa! Okay, that's awesome. Love when a message gets captured like that. Oh my gosh. Feels so good. Feels so good. It feels so good. There's our frame. These, it feels like cherries. These feel like diamonds. Feels like cherries. These feel like diamonds. It's coming from the same fucking pot. It's coming from the same pot. And this is Libra, Mercury, 12th house, swimming in the same fucking pool, but feeling and knowing that there are opposite ends to that spectrum, that there are opposite ends to that plane, to that field. And in that relativity, you find balance. And you, motherfucker, just tiptoe and dance along it and jump in and out of it. Diamonds and cherries are the same fucking thing. You can feel maybe their corners are different. Maybe you would see their light is refracted differently. Maybe you would taste them. See that they touch the tongue differently. Or you would scratch and bring them to your nose. When you bite down on them, you feel the sweetness of sugar, of fruit caressing your tongue. While the other, the dull and sharp pain of blood dripping down your throat. Your demons, your angels, they're the same fucking thing. Your hate, your love, Sometimes you just gotta let a moment pass. Learn when to detach. And let the vision be renewed. Come clear again. What do you feel from this cherry and diamond? Or perhaps from a Mercury and Libra and 12th house. Ooh. Ooh. It's getting scary. I really want to pull more from these decks. I know. We've been going at this for so long. But this is what I love to do. Yeah, this is what I love to do. Yeah, and I benefit with gratitude for you being here too. So I know that if you are at this end of the spectrum here with me, baby, we're cruising! And how cool is that? The cards land perfectly with the dice. Thank you, energy. Thank you, energy. Holy fucking shit. This is how I feel. That's a Mercurian Sagittarius. Mercury and Sagittarius, that is so funny. I invoke laughter. I hope you guys are enjoying this, because this is fucking wild. This is very much Mercury energy, though. Look at that black and white, baby. Fuck yeah, baby. Hey, hey. I'm gonna put you right there with the flame. Annabelle, if you see this, I love you. I love you so much. I love you. Alright, and I want to take a look at this. The back of this card for a moment, because tell me what you see. What is that I see? Another synchronicity of the singularity of duality. What is this? We see the dynamic. Oh. Everything is so beautiful, seen and unseen. God damn it. That is so beautiful. Now, which way do you think this card wanted to land, folks? Now, because the Libra sign is here upside down, of course, the card wants to be upside down. 12th house here, by the way. 12th house. Inverted sun. 12th house, baby. We're talking about the 12th house, where things can just suddenly get really quiet and dissonant. Dissonant whispers falling in the nighttime. Jensen Collins, I don't know where these words wanna go. Dissonant, listening. In the shadows we were left to roam, hungry and hiding from their sun, from their home, to find my own. Ah, the key of that chain, such a beautiful thing. You just have to like dip your head underwater. You'll get sucked into that portal, and passing through that portal, you learn how to breathe underwater. You develop those lungs, because you could always breathe underwater anyway, but you just didn't know how. Libra, here. I consume only my fair share. On the other side, I achieve with integrity. Amen. I offer words of good intent. She's casting a spell, and I love that spiral above her head. Her voice will carry and break all the barriers needed. That horn above her head exceeds the world that's never known. This, her conscious realm, all that's hidden deep below. This Queen of Cups wants to be mentioned. Oh, my dear sister, haven't you seen that we are speaking the same song? The waves. She's in the waves. She's breaking waves. The Page of Cups, the Queen of Cups. This is so exciting. I can be trusted. Your intuition, the Jester would say, my intermission, because I can't think of the fucking words to say, which is exactly what I'm not supposed to be doing anyway. But there's no such thing. Anyway, this is what happens in waters like this, okay? So we're just gonna keep going. I respect the property of others. Womp. Respect the wisdom that nature has cultivated that you will see in the forms that share reality. That share in reality. It's not your reality that these forms are existing in. It's a shared reality. They're watching you as much as you are watching them. They're ignoring you as much as you are ignoring them. They hate you as much as, like, you probably hate them. Maybe not par for par, but love is love. Okay. Anyway, Mercury here, inverted, Libra, inverted. Then we have the 12th house upright, which tells me that we're under these waters. We are in these waters. 12th house, the submerged sun. We're in the waters, okay? You are operating in this completely different sea, that my beauty. You're operating in a completely different dimension of awareness, self-awareness, experience, than language can allow you to recognize others doing the same. But, you know, that's for another philosophical day. Libra here inverted is also very interesting to me because of that very thing. While we share reality in all its deep and wet and cold and warm waters, and dry, there's a uniqueness to you, to your perception, to your beauty, to that which becomes of you. I feel like I don't feel like I have to say this again, but maybe some of you want to hear it again, and that is that your perspective is an interaction. Your perspective is a harmony. Your being is an interaction that works with the harmony of perception and of perspective. More specifically, perception, because that is the kind of more free form of perspective, relatively. Perspective feels a little bit more hardened and assumed, while perception is accepted purely for what it is, should be. And there's an interaction happening between you and people and that and this. Again, you all are of the one source. I'm not really sure what you're trying to say here, my bud, my guy. I'm not really sure what you're trying to say, honestly. I'm not sure. This feels like it's like the message keeps like getting away from me a little bit. So I apologize. What I just saw is like this little squirt, this sword, so heavy right now. I apologize. I'm doing my best to channel this information. And then there's like this jester here, like there's only so much that can be translated anyway. A lot of this is, you know, for you to feel, and the words are just an additive, but I'm sharing space with you right now, so just want to say thank you again for that. Thank you for sharing this space with me. I do give offerings that are genuine, you guys, so I'm using my creativity as a being, a human being, to create with you. And just want to say thank you for being here with me, and just trust that we're doing some very powerful and beautiful stuff here today. This is just fantastic. Speak with good intent, wanting to come out again. Oh, and these two are beautiful. Look at the coordination. Nature. Look at you. You are so beautiful, Mama. You are so beautiful. The Matrix here. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. When did the King of Wands get under there? Wow. Wow. Just like magic. Just like magic. Attracted. Oh yeah. You have the power to speak. Oh, baby. Okay, this is making me think of the first card that we had at the very, very, very beginning. If you've stuck through this long, you are beautiful. I love you. I send you a box of flowers right now. You beautiful being. There's your box of flowers. You beautiful, beautiful soul. Wow. All right, guys. Here we come. Full circle. You, my dear. Oboros. Oboros? Just came through. This is you. No. Yeah, the snake. Oh my god, I didn't even notice the snake. Holy shit. Holy shit. You. This has changed. You're going in that direction. You're not consuming your tail anymore, my friend. You have a direction. You have a direction. You are headed to that eye, and that eye lives inside of you. Thinking of perhaps she will reveal herself. Oh my god, it's literally this very card that I was thinking of, because look at those wings. My friends, look at those wings. Thank you, nature, for listening and interacting and speaking. I love you. I love you so much. I love you. This card, my friends, look at those wings there on her head. Remember that this was one of the first cards to come up when we were talking, when we started talking, okay? And this came with the Knight. Excuse me. Oh, that's so cute. Thank you, Knight of Cups. This came with the Knight of Swords when we were first discovering how to break through that density that wanted to pull us to the past. How to discover the movement, okay, which is what we've been doing here. How to understand movement, dynamic circulation. How to be accepting of it more than understand. And remember that this creature and her head carried by these winds. First of all, she's crying. The reason I thought of her was because this card came out, right? Just like magic. Your wisdom will be found in word, in writing. Whenever you're coming upon this, there is text that surrounds you. And I'm looking at a row of books on a shelf right now. There's a book. Very important book. I want you to pick up a book from a stack. Probably something of a lighter hue. I'm seeing yellow, something bright. Like this is glowing. If you can see, which you can't really. That book there, trying to get it in the light here. Ooh, that's so funny. That book there, my friend, is glowing. Oh my gosh. Okay, it's glowing. Take my word for it if you want to. That book is glowing. There's wisdom that you will speak aloud. There's a wisdom of taking word that you have written as well and speaking that aloud, channeling that, sending that through the wind. But what I saw when I picked this card up was that you have spoken to the past by being here, by being in this moment, by being you. By interacting with reality in the way that you are. You've spoken to this beautiful being who holds that past. And these wings that wanted to come alive in showing that you have journeyed. Notice the wings, the triangle, the circle on her head, and the integration of the two. The integration of everything here. The integration. Thank you, nature. Thank you. Thank you, self, for becoming. And look at you journeying through that hole, through that key. And I can't get specific. There are no specifics to be said because this is your journey. This is your journey, my love. You know what this card reads? I live in truth. I live in truth. I'm accepting of the unity. That was literally the next card. I saw it. I wasn't gonna say anything, but as soon as I saw it, I am accepting. I just want to melt right now. I just want to melt right now. I see her, this person, and I will use the pronoun her, but I see her blowing, creating this. Her breath, it's her respiration. It's the intake as well as the exhalation. The inspiration, the exhalation. You are the body. God and me. God and you. So I'm seeing that in the 12th house, the Mercury, the Libra, and this duality also being portrayed here. Nature knows what it's doing, my love. Fear not. When you put your trust into a force, respect it. So the momentum has definitely changed. The gravity has changed. The electromagnetic field has changed. Finding myself spinning in circles right now because I feel like a gyroscope, you know? You just gotta listen to your body, which just means accepting. Flow. Thank you for joining, finding your flow, for hanging out with me. Are there any apparent conscious? Okay. Yeah. The sun came out, so. Whoa. Alright, so we have Scorpio coming out as well. Planets and signs here. This is kind of how things fell, but you can't see it anyway. We have the North Node. And the Moon. The Sun and Scorpio want to be talked about right now. Remember death being the entry. Oh, my loves, you have safely made it to the other side. Trust. Remember that? That we were being led. I'm gonna just 21. Remember that we were being led to the other side. Led to another side. I want to finish this secrets of what? Secrets of, we have this karma deck. So if you would like to play this little game with me, please join. Okay, join. We're gonna let our little maniacal minds map this out. We have the Sun. Hi. The Sun and Scorpio. And the spiritual experience being highlighted here is the creation of purification to resurrect blank. The mental highlight is the gaining of respect for or from the secrets of, that's so beautiful. Pictured here is the snake again. And this card, this deck is so beautiful because it demonstrates duality so well. In its imagery, they're reflections of another duality. And its difference. The snake and the scorpions. Almost in a nest. Thank you, wind. And then the physical highlight of the Sun and Scorpio are things brought to life or light resulting from the power of blank. So before I pull a specific card, remember 12th house, Mercury, Libra. 12th house, we're talking about the uncovering of things more often not seen because they're internal. They are felt. They are sensed intuitively. Oh, and I just see the moon wanting to show itself again here. So that's secrets coming alive again. Here it has different meanings, but different written meanings. Those secrets coming alive. So remember also, as we play this game, and I believe I'm going to close out because I feel the momentum. But remember we had Cancer, we talked about Saturn, we talked about the 7th house and this duality and relating to and experiencing yourself through the dynamic of an interaction of nature and the impressions and expressions of being. We talked about being as it shares space with that which is unseen, the past, connecting the present to all. As a practice, we did that, a practice of connecting the present to all. Relieving ourselves of harsh pasts and harsh beliefs. The insights to understand, here was Sagittarius, so the insights to understand, the wisdom of, resulting from the understanding of. We followed a trail of information, and that trail was left to us by wisdom. Wisdom and information are not the same thing. Wisdom and knowledge are not the same thing, but you know what that means. So we're going to get as specific as, and I appreciate Sagittarius being there, because remember we had the 9th house there. We had the 10th house, we had the Wheel of Fortune here, the 9th house, and in between the 9th and the 10th, remind me, was, well, we had Saturn up ahead. I believe it was Cancer. Yes, I see it. It was Cancer, those gorgeous hard shells. So the 10th house, Cancer, the 9th house, beautifully developed, like, oh, this is so beautiful. This is growth and transformation, but linearly, it happens backwards, right? This is growth and transformation that looks like a shedding of oneself, perhaps, right? And in shedding yourself, you're getting closer to the core. So you can see you're going backwards. But I love that transition from the 10th to the 9th because, like, the way that I want to describe it right now is that we're moving perhaps from the superficial responsibilities and intelligence to, then we have Mercury here, okay, I'm sorry, I'm actually not going to explain that right now. I'm just going to keep going. So what we need here is a house, okay? And then that's it. All right, that's a sign. Planets, that's a sign captured. That's a sign. What you need is a house. A lot of us, this may have become clear for you like it has become clear for me. Having your own space is huge. It's important. It is so important. And you, my dear, need that house. You need that house, okay? Don't let anybody convince you otherwise or make you feel bad for some reason. You need a fucking house. All right. Oh, and we got our house, y'all. We have the 3rd house. Let's read this together. Let's look at it together first of all. The 3rd house. OMG. Remember I was saying these signs are so beautifully reflections of one another? Here I'm seeing listening and writing. I'm seeing hearing and expression, like hearing and writing, okay? But the funny thing is that it's not a perfect symmetry, which is kind of uncommon for this deck, at least in my experience. Because look, there's that Cancer card pulled right off the top of the deck. Thank you, Cancer, for making yourself seen again. And look at the symmetry on that card, right? It's really well balanced. It's really well balanced. Cutting here to a random part of the deck. Saturn, remember, Saturn made itself known before. That symmetry is balanced, okay? Again, and I'm going to show you. Cutting to a random part of the deck. That symmetry, 7th house. Oh my God. And what did I tell you that I rolled at the beginning? 7th house in Cancer. It was 7th house Saturn in Cancer. So thank you again, nature, who can so beautifully be trusted. And I'm going to keep what was originally at the bottom of the deck, which was the North Node. And look, that also is not in symmetry because we are in... Well, this is about direction, y'all. I told you. This is about direction. And if we want to follow the patterns of the directions that we've been following so far in our reading, where pictures as seen here two-dimensionally, linearly, the right here is related to the past. The right energy off to the right is holding the past. Here, forgiveness of the past, looking off into the past. That is the act of forgiveness of the past. Here's the reflection, contemplation. And so, if we are studying that in this card, here we see the phone being placed to the right. It is pointed towards the right, so this could be listening to the past, type of conversation that you're having with yourself from the past, but there's now action. There is something tangible which comes with your word, which comes with your drawing, your creativity, your creation of. This is your creation of, or at least here is the opportunity for it, the potential for it. My friends, the potential for direction. Here we have the Ouroboros actually, because this dragon is eating its tail. Oh, I'm accepting of it. Carry on. Okay, so our message here today is... I'm going to try to focus this. The creation of purification to resurrect your ideas. The gaining of respect for or from the secrets of short-term thinking and trips. Things brought to life or light resulting from the power of who or what is around you. Things brought to life or light resulting from the power of who or what is around you. So there's somebody in your aura, you guys. Now let's read into this. Read it. Sun and Scorpio in the third house. There's an energy close in your aura. I'm looking at this. Third house symbolism that you are sharing energy, intention, connection, attention to. This energy wants to get your attention here and now. For secrets, with secrets, short-term thinking and trips. This will come out of the blue type of thing. Don't go looking for it. It'll come out of the blue. You'll feel it. You'll feel it. It'll be like it'll feel like a little nudge, just like a little wafting. I know it's Scorpio. We tend to think that it'll be really intense here, but this is a nudge, baby. It might be a little irritating, or like it might feel like such a difference from your one state that it could be registered as a little bit irritating. The sign in Gemini, information to explain communications about resulting from fluctuations of Gemini. This could be through TV, cell phone. Please try to, if you'll find yourself going from a situation of like not being in front of the TV for a while, not having your phone for a while, or maybe like you're just not spending a lot of time in that Gemini field, or like with books or information or TV or media or whatever. And then the message will ping through and come through that form kind of randomly. but it's lurking, and it's kind of just waiting for that channel to come through, okay? This could also be communication. Verbal communication, conversations, especially because we have the third house here. Sun, it means words are going to be bright and vibrant, but it may be about a little bit of what people may call heavier topics or more subtle topics. So, but I'm feeling a lot of like verbal communication. This could be you talking to yourself through poetry. This could be psychological disorders I just heard for some reason. That's interesting. Maybe you feel like you have some voices in your head, and those voices may or may not have secrets for you. I really don't want to scare you or lead you in that direction. If, you're going to do what you will, those voices might have secrets for you, my dear. Take what you will with that. It is not on me, though, so, because you are in control of what you do with information. Anyway. By making the right... Demonstrate the extraordinary power of prayer by making the right connections. Realize the highest and lowest aspects of the idea in question, and act like a leader, control the situation, and get your ideas going. There's a lot of drive here to move with the waves, to move, to send that energy going, okay? Send that energy. I love you guys so much. I am going to close this section of the reading and kiss you all, kiss all your spirits, and hug you all in spirit form in these waters that we swim in, and say thank you for being here, and I love you, and I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope it was a fun ride for you to be on, and I will talk with you later. You're doing great. Keep swimming through those waters. Thank you to all the energy that joined us on this table today. Thank you to all the energy that joined us in this light today, and all the energy resonating in darkness. Thank you, words and language, for being the medium, and bodies too. May we continue making magic. Thank you for being. That is all I have to say to you.